Hello and welcome to SW News. This is me Aarti. India is under a continuous lockdown to fight the battle against coronavirus, and this is the fourth day of the lockdown 2.0 that has been extended in the country till May 3rd. Now, as usual, we at SW News have brought this special video series dedicated to summarizing the entire day's coronavirus updates in brief for you. So let's begin with the global coronavirus cases and the number of death toll across the world. Globally, coronavirus cases have reached up to 22,69,630 and 1,55,205 people have died due to coronavirus. In India, as of now, there are a total of 14,792 active cases of coronavirus, whereas 2,015 people have either been cured, discharged or migrated, whereas 488 people have died due to coronavirus. In Gujarat, according to the Health Department, 7 deaths were reported on Saturday. Among them, 5 patients died in Ahmedabad, 1 each in Vadodara and Surat. In Andhra Pradesh, an infected person was killed on Saturday in Krishna district of the state. In Rajasthan, a 76-year-old elderly man and 46-year-old man died late on Friday night in Jaipur. Both were from Ramganj area of Jaipur. The elderly had several diseases including a kidney disease, whereas the 46-year-old man had a complaint of diabetes. In Maharashtra, a 65-year-old woman died today in Aurangabad city. This is the third death in the district. 3 days ago, her coronavirus reports came positive. In Punjab, Ludhiana ACP Anil Kohli died due to coronavirus. He was scheduled for convalescent plasma therapy. Now let's move on to important news. The first important news obviously from Air India, the national carrier. The flight ticket bookings are open now, but from May 4th onwards. Now let me remind you that May 3rd is the date when the nationwide lockdown that has been extended, the lockdown 2.0 will come to an end. The 20-day period of the lockdown 2.0 will come to an end on May 3rd, and from May 4th, Air India has opened the ticket booking. However, it will only be for some special routes in domestic travel. However, if you are an international passenger, you can book tickets from June 1. So, June 1 onwards, international, some routes on international travel airlines will also be opened. However, Air India is opening the international route for foreign passengers from June 1. Now, let me remind you that Air India had earlier, before the first phase of lockdown came to an end, had announced that it has cancelled all the ticket bookings till April 30th, giving a sort of hint that the lockdown may be extended, and in that particular period, the Air India flights were only operating for the cargo and carrying out the goods and services, essential goods and services purpose. Let's move on to second important news. The Health Ministry today in the daily press briefing listed out the percentage-wise coronavirus death toll as per the age groups. Now, let me list out that age group and the percentage of coronavirus death in that particular age group as well. Now, according to the Health Ministry data, 75.3% of the COVID-19 deaths in India have been recorded in those who are 60 years of age and above. The ministry also said that the coronavirus deaths in the country, 83% cases have been reported to have comorbidities. Giving an age-wise analysis, Love Agrawal, Health Ministry's Joint Secretary, said that 14.4% deaths have been reported in the age group of 0 to 45 years, 10.3% coronavirus deaths have been reported in the age group of 45 to 60 years, and 33.1% in those who fall under the age bracket of 60 to 75 years, and lastly, 42.2% deaths are reported in the age group of 75 years and above. Now, clearly those who are above 40 years of age are the ones who are the victims of coronavirus, especially when it comes to coronavirus deaths. Let's move on to next news. The Higher Education Department of Punjab government has sent a notice to the Lovely Professional University, which is situated in Phagwara area of Kapurthala district in Punjab. Now, apparently the notice was sent for allegedly endangering 3,000 students and the lives of 3,000 students. Apparently, the university, despite the government orders of the lockdown, had allowed 3,000 students to remain on the campus and thereby endangering their lives. Now, this came despite the government's order, even the Punjab government's order of closing down all the institutions. The government has now given them 7 days time to explain why their non-objection certificate should not be cancelled, and they had sought an explanation from the university administration as to why 3,000 students were allowed to remain on the campus despite the announcement of lockdown and social distancing norms were announced. One of the students from the Lovely Professional University, a 21-year-old student who was originally from Maharashtra, he tested positive for coronavirus and he has been admitted to a hospital in Kapurthala district. Now, after his case came to light, after that the authorities got to know about the entire incident at Lovely Professional University and that there are more than 3,000 students on the campus right now. Let's move on to next important news. The Government of India today has revised the FDI policy for the foreign companies. FDI, that is the foreign direct investment policies for multinational companies and any other companies that want to invest in Indian companies. The notification was issued by Ministry of Commerce and Industries, and in that notification the FDI's revised policy was announced. Now, according to this revised policy, companies from those countries who share border with India now have to take permission from the Indian government if they want to invest in Indian company or if they want to buy shares in Indian companies. Now, this particular decision, as per the notification by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, has been taken to curb the opportunistic takeovers or acquisition of Indian firms during the COVID-19 pandemic in India. Now, this comes in the backdrop of People's Bank of China taking over 1.01% of share in HDFC. Now, this was also flagged by several opposition leaders, including Congress MP and former Congress President Rahul Gandhi, who had flagged this issue, and he had said that the government should look into this matter and it should not allow the foreign entities to buy stakes in and take over the companies in India. Well, after the revised FDI policy came to light, Rahul Gandhi tweeted about it and said thank you to the government for taking note of his suggestion. That's all for today's coronavirus update. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.